I'm making another video today about a Walkman that I bought from Japan for 100 yen. Now obviously there's surcharges on that for shipping and handling charges. So once it arrived over here, it was around about £13. So still, you know, quite cheap, but obviously a lot more than the original 100 yen. So let's take it out of the envelope it arrived in. There was minimal packaging with this. It was literally in an envelope as is. And it's another AIWA. This time it's an AIWA PX380. Now this is a little bit bigger than the other AIWA I featured in another one of my videos. I would say it's still pretty premium. It's the same kind of size to look at, like the cassette size, but it's a little bit wider. Now, let's have a look and see what it's like. It's got headphones, it's got the playback mode where it can turn over and play the other side or do a blank search, and the volume there, tape, normal, high or metal. That's quite nice to have. It's got a little hold switch, which is actually down. I thought that was going to be at the opposite end of the battery compartment, but it's not. It's across from it. Anyway, it looks like it's had some corrosion, and it's hard to tell if it's been taken apart. No idea if it works at this stage. I didn't get a caddy for it, so I've got to use a gum stick type battery, and this one is a little bit different to the other AIWA in that it's the general common kind of gum sticks that we see in lots of Sony Walkmans and also mini disc players as well. So this has got DSL off 1 and 2. So this is the enhanced super linear bass, I think that's what that used to stand for, but no Dolby on it. It feels a little bit like a Sony, I guess. So it's got quite a nice panel here with the controls on. So you can see it's got the play, the auto reverse, the stop, the backwards, forwards, and then music search, and a little power lamp there to show you your battery. There's a little window there. It's actually scratch free, which is nice. So it's an aluminium, but it's of a vintage, I would say, that is kind of a little bit cheaper. It's not as premium as some of the other ones, and I don't know if this is going to work. It's got signs of water in there, or past water. Can you see that around here? So it could be shot. Let's take a look. It's looking quite clean inside the battery compartment area. Let's put a gum stick battery in there. Put this in first, so positive out like that, and no sign of life at the moment. And let's just put a cassette in. So cassette is going in this way, head's at this end. Turn it over. Ooh, it's trying to do something, but not doing very much. Okay, I would say it's time to get the back off and just see if it's about intact or if there's any other issues related to water damage. So buying these junk Walkmans from Japan is always a risk, but then it's probably a similar risk buying them in this country, and they will certainly cost you. And I think the Japanese market now, they kind of, a lot of people now know, don't they, that in Western markets people are willing to pay over the odds for Walkmans, and you can tell because on eBay you can see direct products coming in from Japan, and they are very marked up. So it's still cheaper to go to a website that kind of acts as an intermediate, which is what I did for buying this one, than it is to just go to eBay UK and then pay the full cost. And I'm sure you get stung on the import as well, because you'll be paying £100 or more for a Walkman. You're going to be paying quite a bit of a custom duty, I think, on that. So that's all the screws out. I might have to slide this off. So I think I might get away with just doing that. That's it. Right, let's see. So this one would prove to sound quite good, I think. Yeah, you know, if the lid does come off. Oh, it might be moaning about the... there's a hold switch here. Got a feeling I might have to pop that off. Possibly not. No, it should be alright, shouldn't it? Let's work out why this is not behaving itself. Right, I've just kind of leveraged it out. So I'm looking for water issues in here, primarily, to start with. And can you see the lid? That's a bit of old belt that's congealed. That is like tar. Get that on your fingers, it just gets everywhere. It's disgusting. And I think that's the belt. in question. This is going to be a bit of a clean-up exercise because there's probably traces about all around this bit where the motor is. But I'm liking the design of this. Again, like a lot of Sony's, it's got a nice cutout here. So you can actually get in there and do a belt change without having to, you know, desolder here and desolder somewhere else, unscrew something else, take the board out. You know, it can be problematic. Okay, I really want to pick that up with paper, if I can, or tweezers. I have got some tweezers. Let's just try to get it out. Oh, it's just breaking. You see how it's breaking apart? It's leaving residue here as well. This is going to need a serious clean, I think. So I'm just trying to use some tissue paper to pick up some of this. It's incredible, isn't it? It's just breaking down in quite a horrible way. No, there's evidence that it's congealed. I've got that to do, haven't I, inside there. That's just, you might say, how about taking that off? Quite possibly, but I think you want to try to wind it around. It's good that it's coming off. Looks like you get away with quite a thick belt on this, actually. I'm surprised it needs changing. So a lot of these Walkmans do need the belts, and some of these AIWAs, not this one I don't think, but as I've mentioned quite a few times, a lot of AIWAs do need capacitors as well. Right, well, there's a bit of a gap there. That might be the way to do it. Right, it's about half covered in gunk. Right, let's get cleaning. There you are. It's actually cleaning up quite well. It's just time consuming if you're not going to move things. Better access, you know. Right, running out of cotton wool buds. This is kind of turning it around as well. More's coming out. It's not looking too bad. Good thing, because you've got access going in from the side. It's looking pretty good. Just needs a bit more. So this is a little bit damp, and it's just turning it like this just allows me to, can you see that? Just kind of getting in there for the last kind of bits of it. Let's find a suitable bout. It's interesting. I think I can see the bout half. These are just some last kind of spares. Maybe that's too big. These look the same, don't they? This is a bit tight, but I think that's the bout path anyway. Interesting. Let's grab my battery. Remember I had a bit of gunk on there, didn't I? I better clean that off. It's gone solid almost. It's kind of gone solid on there. Interesting. Part of it was soft and the other part not so. So let's put this the way that it would be. I think that's that way. Yep. Okay, let's get the cassette and so let's play. That was short-lived, wasn't it? Doesn't look too bad actually. I'm not quite sure if it's happy about the bout. It's almost like the bout's a little bit too thin and the bout's a little bit too thin. It's probably the right size, not far off. Okay, let's try again and play. Oh, it's turning it. It's turning it all right actually. This, yeah, the way my finger's just holding on here is probably not great, but we can get some headphones to it. I think I'm quite happy with this actually so far. Let's turn the volume up slightly, plug that in. Alright, I could hear a little bit of static and play again. That's fine actually. That's playing the right speed because obviously it's a low cost Walkman to me in my collection. I'm happy to leave the bout I've got on there. Let's just try auto reverse. So it probably just needs a bit of exercising now. Wow, quite something, that mechanism. Not seen on AIWA before. Maybe it is used on some Sony's. Maybe. But anyway, I think for the purpose of the video, sounds fine. Seems to be working. I've not tested the base yet. I guess I can do that, can't I? Now there might be a little bit of residue left on the motor spindle, but the price point being 100 yen, this would be a really good starter Walkman for someone. You've got to kind of get the case on a certain way, or it doesn't like it. You've got to, when you put the case on, you've got to kind of get this side on first, where the hold switch is. Obviously make sure that's in the right position, and you're good to go. You can see I've pushed that back in again. So just use a paper clip or something to pull that out. I'm just going to, so it didn't look like, even though it's had obviously signs of water, there's no visible corrosion on there that I could see. And that would make me worried at all. There you go. Seems to be one of these sort of Walkmans that makes a bit of noise. Both directions are working. Need to get more power really. Oh yeah, that sounds good. It's not as powerful as the old school AIWAs, but it makes a difference. It's pretty neat. So I would say that this is a good model to pick up if you can get one cheap. It's a PX380. No issues with the sound, so the capacitor side looks to be spot on. It's a one bout model, and as you saw, it's one of the most straightforward ones to change, as long as it's not gone gooey. Yeah, fortunately it's got that kind of evidence there of water damage, but maybe a little bit of paint on there, maybe, or on that side anyway, to lessen the impact. Yeah, no, that's good. A good starter Walkman. Well, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and if you do, I'll make some more videos in the future. Okay, thank you. Bye for now.